Alright. What's up, guys? Ash of Pop Deflators here, and I got Brian of the Somerset. What's going on?
Hanging out in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Greensboro.
We haven't been here very much, so I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, it's a really small venue.
Yeah, very small venue. This
Are you prepared for that?
A little bit. This is going to be maybe the most intimate show of the tour. So
yeah, there's no barricade or anything. They're right there.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited. It's a little bit of a change of pace compared to some of the other shows. So
definitely. Now you guys are headlining this tour. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, God, it's the longest set we've ever played on tour ever. Playing like an hour and a half every night. Playing a lot of songs. We have a new record coming out, so we're playing a lot of new songs too. So it's been really great so far. And we're almost done. There's only 7 shows left. So.
Yeah, and the new album drops next month?
Yep, April 16th.
Can you tell us anything about it?
It's called Legendary. I think it's probably our proudest work to date. We got to spend like a whole year making this record, and we're on a new label now. We have this kind of a whole new team, so it was a really great experience making the record. And it's coming out right before summer, so we're hoping it's a real high energy, windows down summer record. That was kind of the hope. So.
Are you on Warped Tour this year?
We are on Warped Tour, first time in a while. So
yeah, you've been on before.
We did it 3 years ago, so we got to take a nice little break, so we're back.
So now you got this new album dropping for Warped Tour. What is the ultimate goal for this summer?
Warped Tour. It's hope we have. There's a lot of heavier bands on Warped Tour this year, so we hope we can figure out a way to stand out as a pop band. But we'll just be playing a lot of new songs and just kind of hope that our crowd on Warped Tour has progressed since 2010.
Yeah. And being a pop band, how do you stand out compared to other pop bands?
Well, I mean, it's different. Like, we're definitely one of the more pop-leaning bands on Warped Tour. Like, we're by no means a pop-punk band. We never really have been. And, like, this year's Warped Tour is a lot of heavier bands. So, I think we're just a lot more rhythmic of a band. We have a lot of songs, like, we're playing a lot of songs that have, like, I don't think there's a lot of bands on Warped Tour that incorporate a lot of acoustic guitars and pianos and a lot of different stuff like that. So, I think we lean a little more rhythmic than a lot of the others.
Okay. And where does the influence with the lyrics come from?
Let's see. Well, this record's been a little different than others. I mean, our last record, called Everything's Fine, was kind of this trials and tribulations of relationship, and really glad that record was written, but I didn't really ever want to write a breakup record ever again. So, Legendary is really just a record about trying to be a better person and maybe having a little too much fun. So, this was a record that was kind of inspired by some of the greatest nights I've ever had in the past year, and moving from Phoenix to Los Angeles. So I guess that was a big part of it, a big part of everything for me. Yeah,
Boomerang was just released, and it's a lot more upbeat.
Yeah.
Now, in the lyric video, you have an old lady and man dancing. Where'd you get the idea for that?
Well, Fearless asked us about doing a lyric video because lyric videos are very popular. We didn't want to do just the lyric video, just the lyrics. Like, I mean, the lyrics of the song are pretty silly to begin with. It was kind of this really ridiculous concept that we had, and I'm very proud of it. But, like, we wanted to incorporate something a little more than just the lyric video. And didn't really have many ideas, and really, like, down to the wire before, like, the song was coming out. We just decided, like, 3 days before, like, well, can we get a whole video done in a day of just an old man dancing to the song, really confused by the lyrics? And then the old lady happened kind of on the spot, too. And a friend of ours.
It turned out really well, though. It looks like it has a good impact so far.
Yeah, with 100,000 views in, like, a week.
It's doing awesome.
Yeah.
And you think it could have radio play, or?
We just started. Technically, the radio date for the song is April 9th, but dates don't really mean as much as they used to. But we went to our first station the other day in New York, which was Sirius Hits 1, and they're already playing the song. So I hope that's some sort of indication. And radio's a very slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. So one station at a time. But and while radio's a very exciting goal, like, I think the record as a whole is something I'm very proud of. So even if radio doesn't happen, I think we have a really great record that's going to do very well. So
I'm excited for it. So, have you been on radio before?
No, never really.
So what was it like the first time hearing yourself on?
I still haven't even heard the song.
I can't even ask that yet.
I haven't even actually heard the song on the radio. I just know that they started playing it, but I haven't heard it yet.
Well, I'm going to ask you this summer at Warped how it felt.
Okay,
so you got to be prepared for that.
Hopefully by Warped we got a couple stations in rotation, so we'll see. Radio was never, this is our third record. Radio, we didn't want to just
Even with Chelsea, it didn't have radio.
Not really. Sirius radio played it a little bit, I guess. But it was never the goal up front. We wanted to build the fan base first and be able to tour and like hold our own, so that when now on the third record we can go to stations and be like, hey, we have this fan base already. We have this many likes on Facebook. We have done this many tours, and now we're going to radio with this kind of army, if you will, behind us. So I think it makes it easier for a new artist to break on radio if they already have a fan base.
Definitely. So what is the ultimate goal for the Somerset?
Keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we're still pretty young, so to keep doing this and just have it gradually keep getting bigger is really the goal. We've gotten to play a lot of countries around the world now too, and I'd love to play even more. I mean, if we get a song on radio, great, but I really would just love to keep playing bigger and bigger shows.
Yeah. What was your favorite venue so far?
God, that's hard to pick. We played 3 nights at London's Shepherd's Bush Empire last month, and that was just the most unbelievable. 3 nights sold out, and that was just the most beautiful venue I've ever seen. So that was pretty cool. Maybe that was the best one so far.
What about in the U.S.?
God, let me think about this. I really love the Crowfoot Ballroom in Detroit. It's kind of more of a personal thing for me because I was born in Detroit and I had a lot of family there, and I remember one of the first tour we ever did. There's an upstairs room with the Crowfoot that's like, it's called the Pike Room, that holds like 200 people. And I remember that day, like we were playing the Pike Room, it was like 5 years ago, and we were standing and like there was no show in the big room that day, so we kind of went in there and we were looking around and like, holy shit, it'd be really cool to open a show here, play on this stage. And 4 years later we headlined that stage and it was sold out. So it was like 1,000 people, which was really cool. So Crowfoot's always been really awesome to us.
So if you weren't living the rock star lifestyle, what would you be doing?
God, I don't know. And I think growing up my entire life, I knew I always wanted to be a writer of some kind. Like my dad kind of had really inspired me on that realm. It just so happened that I fell into songwriting, so I probably would have just tried to write of some kind, whether it was screenwriting or journalism or something. I just knew that I wanted to write always. Just some sort of infatuation with words, and then songwriting kind of happened by accident. When I was little, I wanted to be a pro basketball player, and then I realized I was not going to grow anymore after the age of 15. So yeah, being 6'1" as a 15-year-old was kind of fun, but being 6'1" as a 23-year-old is not really any different.
So how did the band meet up?
A lot of us went to high school together, or within high schools close to each other, and Jess, John, and Steven have been playing in different local bands for like 10 years, and Josh was in a different band from their school, and when their last local band broke up, we kind of got in touch. I went to school like 20 minutes away, and we started the Somerset while we were still in high school. That's awesome.
So with Jess being the only girl, is it awkward at all, ever?
No, I'm the only girl, I think, in this band, actually.
You're the girliest of the group?
I'm probably the girliest person in this band. Jess holds her own. She's like, she's a girl in a fraternity, is really what she is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she handles it pretty well.
Cool.
We're all scared of her.
You're really scared of her?
Yeah, we're all terrified of her.
It sucks that she's not here, so she can't be like on the camera or anything.
Yeah, I think she's at her hotel. But just being a girl, I guess. Maybe she is. Yeah, maybe that's how she deals with us. She runs off to the hotel during the day and doesn't put up with us.
Okay. Now, did you have any crazy college years, or did you go straight from high school to the band?
I went straight from high school. Jess and Steven did like a semester each of college and both kind of dropped out when we signed a record deal while I was still in high school. But I rushed to finish high school and then started touring. So yeah. I don't have any crazy college stories.
Do you have any crazy tour stories?
I got crazy tour stories for days, but for example, the last time we played right here at this venue like 4 years ago, there was this college night thing after that. Apparently they do, because it's happening again tonight. Yeah, we picked the wrong nights to come here. We should not be allowed to set foot on the premises. I didn't partake that night, but I know college night got the very best of John, Josh, and Steven that night, so hopefully tonight we can redeem ourselves.
Can you tell us about that story, or is it totally...
I think Steven threw up off the roof, and John got in a fight. Well, John thought he got in a fight with some guy, turned around to try to hit the guy, and accidentally just hit our merch guy in the face, but that's neither here nor there.
That's awesome. Have you guys ever done keg stands?
I've never done a keg stand.
Okay, then I can't ask how long you went for.
I've never done a keg stand.
Okay, so are you more of a liquor guy or a beer guy?
Liquor guy.
You're a liquor guy?
Yeah.
He really is the girl of the group.
I'm a liquor guy. But yeah, well, I mean, but we're talking like scotch and whiskey here. I don't mess around with girly drinks.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't like sweet drinks. I don't like mixing drinks either, so.
That's all right. So, you got any last words for us?
Legendary, April 16th. When that comes out, we're gonna just keep playing and playing shows, so there's a good chance we'll be in your city, so come check us out.
And definitely Warped Tour, check them out. We're gonna party it up at college night tonight.
I'm so scared.
Maybe I'll get some pictures of that tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So
that'll be
keep posted to the Facebook for that.
That'll be a good way to blackmail us, probably.
All right, Ash checking out here with the Somerset. Later, guys.
Thank you.